right. Hey, so Mayor, I'm glad well, first, Mark Palaciano, T-Mobile whistleblower, 41-year-old lifelong Texan, worked at T-Mobile for over 17 years, left my career so I could expose how corporations are destroying our country from within. I'm glad you talked about respect up at the beginning because, I spoke here at the last city council meeting and I found it a little disrespectful that the video turned to my back for the majority of my speech. So I would ask that, you guys know I'm here because I'm being severely censored as a whistleblower, and I'm here because this is the only place my First Amendment right is protected online. So they can't shadow ban me and censor me on this live stream and on the city council meeting. So please don't disrespect me by turning the video to my back. But yeah, Texas is, I didn't know it was coming on a night where it's turned up here in Frisco, but, Texas is definitely turning blue, and it's pretty obvious. And I would ask, for the people, the lifelong Texans that have been here for a long time, if you wanted to turn Texas blue, what would you do? You'd move a bunch of Fortune 100 companies here. And that's exactly what's going on in here in Frisco. And, I'm here exposing one of them, and this is my third meeting. Tammy, earlier you talked about the money being spent for movies. Yeah, our state of Texas just approved $2.5 billion to make Hollywood movies, while I think all of us are paying the highest property taxes we've probably ever paid in our life. So the money isn't being used wisely, and I'm a lifelong Texan watching this, state just fall apart. Tarrant County, the most red county in the United States of America. All the candidates that the Tarrant County GOP backed, 0 for 11. So they got wiped out, didn't win anything. It shows people are really sick and tired of how polarizing the right is and how polarizing the left is. And I'm a person that's in the middle. I don't, identify with any of them. I went to the Protect White Americans protest. That was pretty wild. I mean, the Karmelo Anthony situation here in Frisco just shows how divided this is. People move to Frisco to get away from situations like the Karmelo Anthony one. And now you have it going on here with, the Protect White Americans. It was crazy. I would like to give a shout out to the Frisco Police Department. I attended. They did a fantastic job. There was a lot of people there. Kudos to you guys for approving all that. But $50,000 was spent on unnecessary overtime. Like 15 people showed up to that clown's event out there. And, he's a January 6th insurrectionist who's going for Senate. And he came out to Frisco and used this city as his platform to generate, votes for him and stuff, all by dividing America and disrespecting Austin Metcalf's dad. And anyway, so that's enough about turning Texas blue. So, you guys know I've been here. I was talking about my trial date that was going to be May 5th, right? I was here promoting how I have a false allegation of harassment by T-Mobile president John Fryer. I was supposed to have my trial yesterday, but guess what? Last week, 4 days before my trial starts, the state prosecution, Collin County, requested to delete 14 words from my charge. The same 14 words that were required to charge me for harassment were now deleted from my charge, which means I shouldn't be charged for harassment in the first place because this case is fabricated. T-Mobile president John Fryer didn't like me going into his neighborhood and exposing how T-Mobile is destroying our country from within. I did not break any laws. He wanted to charge me for criminal trespassing, but he couldn't because he doesn't own his entire gated community. At that time, he decided to fabricate a case of harassment on me because I was also texting him some of my many stories that I've published as a whistleblower, and he used that as a way to fabricate harassment. He texted me right on the spot to stop with that police officer and charge me for harassment because he couldn't charge me for criminal trespassing. But yeah, this is a flyer. I will be outside of the T-Mobile office. Some of you guys may have seen me. I'm the one standing on Warren in the tollway holding T-Mobile signs every, I've been there 26 times now. But yeah, this is John Fryer and Greg Willis. Greg Willis is the Collin County District Attorney. So John Fryer and Greg Willis are fabricating a harassment charge against a lifelong Texan turned whistleblower. I appreciate your time. I'm going to be at every single one of these meetings. I'm going to keep coming back. I will be at Plano. I spoke up for the firefighters there. I'll be at Prosper. To all the Texans, I'm telling you, your state is falling apart. And if you want to support somebody that is, fighting for everyone without a political agenda, that's me. Mark Palaciano, MarkPalaciano.com. Have a wonderful night. I'm sorry we have to do this. Blame T-Mobile.
The other thing that I forgot to mention is if you've put in a blue card for a specific agenda